Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's almost time!
Yo, what up? It's almost time again where we give you that post-fight after last night and the pre-fight to the next one. In the red corner, as always, we got A1 up in this piece.
Hey, what it do?
Our resident hater won't be with us tonight, I guess.
So that means I win this fight by default. That's right, bitch.
There you go.
All right. So we just gonna get it out the way. Hate. I fucking hate everything. You know, fuck this fighter for whatever reason. I'm just gonna go ahead and bet the under or the over. I'm not gonna pick any particular fighter. All right, we got it covered. So yeah, it was a decent night of fights last night. We I went out to visit the Trash Pandacoot himself. And we watched the fights live and did a watch party for the first time, or attempted to. Got zucked a couple times, got restricted on some Facebook pages, but we still here. Twitch and the YouTube. So let's get it. Long term, if we continue to try to do the watch parties, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck they're expecting, or we're just not gonna go on Facebook anymore because it seems like they just want to flag you for everything. But yeah, man, it was a night for some fights. I posted a couple different things leading up to this, like, hey, if you'd never seen a UFC fight or yet alone a pay-per-view before, this was probably the one that you wanted to jump in and check it out. Like, if you really want to see what the cream of the crop of the sport is, so to speak, this card was a good place to start. Just bangers bottom to top. We actually, for our little thing we got going on here, our little, what do we want to call it? Oh yeah, I know what we call it. I was just waiting, try to find the sound effect here really quick.
Parlay boys.
We started out the night really quick. We've been running top to bottom, but I figured we just address it right off the bat because you yourself, you saw Joanne Wood on the card and you said, no, give me her. And so we said, okay. Then to find out after the fact, she said leading up to this fight that win or lose, this was her last fight. And I think she's 38, 39 years old now. So she's had a decent career, was ready to, I think, spend some more time with family, and just said, hey, I'm
good.
And she fought Marina Moroz, who is a decent Ukrainian fighter, got some hands on her.
Very hard hitter.
Yep, hard hitter. And Joanne didn't look so hot the first round, kind of looked like had that foot out the door a little bit, like already said that he was retiring, so she was just there for that paycheck.
Yep.
Second round was a little bit closer, like kind of, it was one of them hard to judge rounds, the swing round as I would call it. Like I could see it going to either fighter. Third round was kind of going the same way until about a minute and a half left. They got engaged, was throwing some good strikes, and Joanne out of nowhere timed a perfect spinning back fist and caught Marina Moroz square, had her rocked and stumbled.
Made her go into the drunken stance real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And she actually put it on her a little bit after that. And I think what got a little takedown at the end of the round or something like that, just like really put a stamp on the fight. And it helped because she won via split decision. So therefore, official tallies, we are now 7 fights into the card, like 7 fight cards into this year.
Yeah.
And Mr. Breddington himself has six dubs out the 7 fights. He technically didn't even lose the one that he's not getting credit for. It was his son's fault, man. Tell him to clean his
that
fucking
nigga don't
room,
know
bro.
how to act, fam.
Tell
So
him to clean his fucking room.
clean his fucking room, take that trash out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Eating up all the food.
Hey, listen to your pops, Raul, man.
Oh, you know that's how they do it though in Hispanic households. Like they're
But
very
he said, I
strict.
don't care who the fuck you can fight. Look, do you think motherfucking Oscar De La Hoya dad played that shit?
Hell no.
Do you think motherfucking Cesar Chavez dad played that shit?
No. And in your point of saying prior, you think Customato played that shit with
Hell
Tyson?
no.
Because that was dude's dad.
Yeah, that was his dad, fam. You think Customato was afraid of Mike? Fuck no.
No, that was actually the only person Tyson feared was
Yeah.
Customato.
Hey, and with good reason, fam. We were talking about that on Morning Ninjas, not to, change the subject. Still fighting, though.
Yep.
People like that when you go into other shit. So we was talking about, because I was like, man, not a lot of people understand that, like, one, boxing is a martial art too. But, like, we don't consider it that probably because it's the oldest form of combat. Like, it's kind of the first one and it's standalone because that's like really the first shit you learn when you learn how to fight is how to throw hands. You know what I mean? And boxing is basically the science of that. Do you feel me? And so with that being said, like, dog, even like Ali's style, Joe Frazier's style, like George Foreman, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are boxers that, like, they have gyms, but that's their dojo.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go to, like, Joe Frazier's dojo, you're learning Philly shell. If you go to Mayweather's camp, you're learning Philly shell and whatever the fuck his style. You know what I'm saying? And so it
These
should
dogs,
be.
These dogs about to go nuts. Just a heads up, these dogs about to lose it because I'm pretty sure
no, it's all good. So what I'm saying is, like, it wasn't until later on, and especially in the age of internet, that, like, we could even be like, because I'm sure there were people who watched Tyson fights and training and being like, oh, okay, this is what he's doing. And this is how it applies. You know what I'm saying? But like I never called it the D'Amato step until like the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That was just how Mike Tyson, that was Tyson style, nigga. Like, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like Bruce Lee did, Wing Chun and then later Jeet Kune Do. You feel me? Jackie Chan does like wushu, which is a mix of different shit, mainly, you know what I mean? And incorporates other shit just like mixed martial arts. You feel what I'm saying? Like Tyson style boxing is just that because it was formulated to him. Do you see what I'm saying? And the person who made that for him's that understanding of boxing, like, that shit was hands down. Look, it was an interview with them too, where he was interviewing Ali, and he told Ali the shuffle was bullshit. He was like, any smart boxer would fucking counter that shit instantly. He said, "Oh man, come on and show me how you count." He said, "Bitch, come on." He said, he took his fucking suit jacket off, and this was like still probably late 50s, early 60s Customato. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog.
Oh yeah.
Like don't get it twisted.
Well,
like,
no, I like
so bringing it back though. Raul's still a kid.
Yep.
And especially to his parents, he's still a kid. Man.
Yeah. Well, and his father is the one who put him on to the MMA game in the first place. His father is the reason he's even anything that he is right now. Regardless if he could whip his father at this point or not.
I don't think he can. No, like, so you know what I mean? I like, my dad's in my life, you know what I'm saying? And we've had that, like, I love him, but I probably don't respect him as much as I could. You know what I mean? So like, I'll fuck that nigga up. But I also understand if I did have that respect, it would be different. Like, because like that's part of the psychology of like, nigga, I'm getting ready to fight my dad. Nigga.
Yeah, well, no, and I always heard the saying too that like, and I'm pretty sure I heard it from my pops himself. He goes, you're always gonna like you'll want to whoop my ass until you're able to whoop my ass, and when you figure out you can whoop my ass, you won't want to because it's
It won't be the same.
nah, exactly. There's a respect thing to it, and I get it. But there's some times that we wanted to square up, so I get that point too. I also like the reference you made about how like, hey, don't get it twisted. They at gyms, but that's their dojo. Like
Yeah.
that's like I like that.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like
dog.
that.
Because and I can never remember the name of it, but there's a documentary about it, about basically after Ali was like solidified. He had like been through everything. He was doing the political shit, Thriller in Manila's right, lost and came back, and it was like once everything was said and done, and he brought like basically boxing to where it was, there was going to be funding for that. We're like, oh, we're gonna open up, we're gonna open up Ali's gym and fitness, like how they have Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu and shit. They were getting ready to do that, and then like all the same shit happened with like King's assassination and like the fall of the Black Panther Party and civil rights, and you know what I mean? Like that was in there.
Okay. Okay.
And so, and even fast forward a little bit, like when you get into the 70s with like the American karate movement and like Chuck Norris, and like even going into the ghettos to like teach kids how to stand up for themselves, and black exploitation films and shit, like Black Belt Jones and shit, like even going into that, like black karate and kung fu, like this shit has always been. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the shit even goes back to Africa when motherfuckers was like trading and shit. They was trading secrets. Like, yo, this is how we battle. This is how you use a spear, nigga.
Yep.
Like,
I feel like this goes back to like almost ancient times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep. Like tribal shit, right?
Yes, tribal. But just so we don't get too far off track, we did cover Joanne Wood. Obviously, hit your parlay pick.
Parlay boys.
But yeah, no, I going into these picks, I wasn't trying to put too much stock into it, but still wanted to like pick something that I was hoping would hit. But I also want a little bit with like what I wanted to see happen. And my boy Pieter, Mr. Jan, Mr. Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate
events.
Like he obviously had the DQ loss where he lost his title.
Yeah.
He ran it back against Aljo, and credit to Aljo for outpointing him and winning that second fight. I'm kind of an Aljo hater, and I give him that fight. He legit beat Jan the second time. Surprised the fuck out of me because I didn't think he had it in him. Fast forward and going into last night, Jan was on a 3-fight losing streak. He
was in the red zone.
Yeah, had been pieced by, I think it was I know for sure anyways, Marab just went crazy on him because this is right after the Russia-Ukraine war started, and Marab was like, no, fuck you. You are Russia right now. And I'm
not
like
I'm not going back.
No, he made that personal and it worked for him.
Everything.
But Jan had his back against the cage, so to speak, going into that fight. Knew that 3 losses in a row, you're gonna be going forth. You just get not further and further out of that contention talk. Right. And going into last night, his opponent was a very solid fighter in Song Yadong.
Man.
4-fight win
with the Cisco hair Song Yadong.
Yes, Blonde Yadong.
Blonde Yadong.
Yep. And starting out that first fucking round, Yadong showed why he belonged in there, and he's regardless of how that fight played out, how he put it out there, he gonna be somebody to be messed with. Like, they're not gonna want to fight him. It's gonna be one of them situations. And I feel like he's going to learn from this fight. But he won the first round, got some good shots in, some good takedowns. There is actually a lot of reversal. That, what was it? That little roll that Jan did to try to better the position. Yadong played it perfectly. But I liked what Jan was doing. It shows what these really elite level fighters, they're not accepting the position. They're constantly working to get either to the cage to where they can start working to get back up and start fighting the hands. There's no stagnation. There's no, oh, I'm gonna accept this position, especially in them top 5, top 10. That's when you get peace because you're fighting whole fighters that should have the complete package.
Right.
But second round came out and Jan definitely listened to his corner or made some adjustments because he started getting off first, started putting his combos together. That kick, not only the kicks, but that little trip kick that he's infamous for, that little push kick.
Yeah.
Where he gets in, kicks, and or like just gets you that trip in. And next thing you know, you're on your ass. He got him a couple times like that. And then the third round, I had it going one apiece going into the third. And it was fairly close about halfway through that. But again, Jan did enough, threw more shots, and then at the end was able to get him down and threaten that Darce choke as time expired. That won him the fight.
Yeah.
That's what swung it. And I'm pretty sure I don't remember. Did that hold on? I'm gonna check my phone so I know I'm not messing this one up because I feel like
my bad. I was trying to share the shit on Facebook and tell them to come over to here.
Yep. No, do the thing, man.
Word.
Yeah, I didn't even try to set up any Facebook pages today. I know better.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Let me see here. Hold on. Let me get over to these results right quick.
He said these results.
I just want to make sure I'm mentioning it proper, if it was unanimous or if it was a split. I think that Jan got it unanimous, but it might have been a split. Yeah, unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Jan won 29-28, and I'm pretty sure it was across the board. So yeah, that hit, and I'll just touch on it real quick too. Resident Haters parlay pick for the evening was Benoit Saint-Denis.
And man against Dustin the Diamond.
Hey, what do they say? Diamonds are formed under pressure. There's
A
reason this motherfucker has that nickname.
I mean, too bad he ain't got no pressure in that fucking guillotine choke.
That's funny. I was watching some of the post-fight. Actually, I'll get to it after. But yeah, first round, Benoit was piecing him up, was just wearing on him, really high-paced, putting it to Dustin. Dustin looked gassed about 3 minutes into that first round, and I don't know if it was just that first dump of energy. He's like, whoa, this motherfucker ain't playing. Like, he's coming from a number.
Hell yeah.
And even that first round, the only reason he ended up on his back or getting in bad position is because he kept trying to jump pull that guillotine, which, don't get me wrong, you ain't going to get it if you don't jump pull the guillotine from that position. You have no chance at getting it if that's the proper way to get it locked in. But
there's a way you have to get that motherfucker.
Well, no, okay, so Poirier said, Gamrot, Randy Brown, his corner all week in training says, do not jump guillotine. You cannot do that. And this motherfucker did it like 7 times throughout the course of the round and a half that this fight went. But no, Saint-Denis had a decent first round, and a lot of it was because Dustin was putting himself in these positions. Second round starts out, and it's kind of some more of the same. But Dustin is fucking phenomenal at getting people to not only to trade with him, thinking that they're gonna hit him, but like he makes them miss, and then he fucking makes them pay.
Yeah,
it is
punishment.
It is just crazy how this. I've seen this happen many times, like with people trying to trade at them. The last guy he actually welcomed kind of from the top of the top 10 in towards the top 5 was Dan Hooker. And again, Hooker had an amazing first round.
Yeah.
But then I think it was for 2 rounds after that, got the living dog shit beat out of him.
Fucked up.
But yeah, no, Dustin wasn't done. That's also another crazy stat I mentioned to you before the fight started. Poirier's never lost back-to-back fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in his professional career has never lost a fight back-to-back.
Yeah, and it's still remaining.
And it's still intact. Even at 35, which he's never been before. No.
Right.
But yeah, no, he made a
So
good
instead
counter.
of KDs, we can get Dustin Poiriers for a year. We can get a diamond bag, a 3-5.
Man, but yeah, no, he got a good counter on Gamera, or not Gamera, but Saint Denis.
Yeah.
And man, it was probably, actually, I'm not even gonna say probably, this was the performance of the night. And I know so because there was five performance of the night, and then that should be one fight of the night bonus.
Yeah.
And Dustin Poirier got fight of the night, performance of the night. Everybody else, there was 6 bonuses altogether throughout the 14 fights that were on the card. Everybody who finished their fights got a bonus.
Word.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Especially like in spectacular fashion like that. They also this card and 300. Like if you look at the performance bonuses that a lot of these fighters have had, it's stacked. Like they know what they're doing building these cards.
Yeah.
A lot of people are hating like, oh, 300 is stacked. No. Look at
they trying to get motherfuckers paid at $299 and $300.
Yep. And because they really trying to build at $299 and $300. I think Dana understood that regardless, like they could have not cared about what the number was on the card and just done another fight night, but they knew that people were making a big deal about it being UFC 300, so they're gonna stack it. They're gonna give the best of the best. And again, last night delivered from the first fucking fight. There, I think maybe the third fight of the night, and then there was one other fight on the prelims that was kind of eh. Other than that, every fight on this card was a banger.
Yeah.
Like this was a good. If you've never seen some fights, this is a good place to start.
It was a good tone setter for newcomers.
Yes.
And a good pinpoint as to what's to come for 300, if you do know.
So as far as the
Parlay boys.
our tallies now are, of course, Cornbread in the lead with 6 dubs through 7 cards.
Actually, I'm like spades right now. I got 6 and a possible. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in second. I'm only 2 behind. I got 4 dubs, which I made a nice little bounce back of 1 back-to-back weeks. And my boy Jan came through for me, so I can't even complain, man. I got to bet on somebody I was hoping win, and he came through. He righted the ship, keeping himself in that title contention or that talk. And after the fight too, Jan was walking back, and Tim, whatever fucking O'Malley's coach's name is, I don't want to call him the wrong name, but everybody knows who I'm talking about. The Timu fucking Canelo.
Yeah. Yeah.
He saw Jan backstage and he goes, "No, you lost that one too." And I'm like, "Nah, bro, y'all scared because now Jan's still at that doorstep."
Yeah.
Hey, you give that you run that O'Malley and Jan fight at 5 rounds. If it would have gone 5 the first time, O'Malley ain't winning that fight.
He was that shot that hit him after the bell. That kind of put him down.
Oh, you talking about last night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, bro. And the shot that put him down, that they was watching it again. That one at the end didn't connect. The one after the bell did not connect. The one that put him down was the body shot.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
3 seconds left.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll
because after that he did the knee and he got out the way of that. Yeah.
Yep. And we'll cover that now because we kind of got the parlays out the way. I didn't even do did I not? No, I did not. So anyways, 2 of our 3 parlay picks hit. Better luck next time, Mr. Resident Hater.
Word up.
Don't count out the diamond.
Hate.
But let's see here. Yeah, no, O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera Dos. Went about how I thought it might go, and I'll tell you what, the one thing you can give Cheeto credit for is this motherfucker is durable and does not quit. Second round caught just a hellacious knee. Joe Rogan goes, "Man, it sounds like a watermelon getting hit with a bat."
Yeah.
Like, why did you have to go there, Joe? What?
Hell no.
No, and then I love it too because in between rounds they're watching it in slow motion, and then Joe's like, he's like, "Look at that's just brutal." Now let's see it in real time so we can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, run that shit back.
I love it because it's brutal, but I'm like, no, I want to hear it too. Tell him, Joe. Tell him. And I'm gonna make it a point now since we are on the live stream too to say because I don't know if we was muted, sound wasn't working, or if we've been pulled. But Megan O'Leary, bring back the claw.
Please.
Like we miss it. It's
On
not
these
even
cards,
hate.
man. Let's see the nails.
Yeah, we're here at
You feel
UFC
me?
300 with these phenomenal nails. I'm Megan O'Leary.
Now, what Cyril Gahn wants to do is he wants to keep him from taking him down to the ground. You know, his like that type of shit.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
We
And
love that shit.
Well, no, and it was funny too because we was at International Fight Week. We're in the VIP lines or the lines for the meet and greets, and the homies in front of us we talking to, and they've got some UFC cards which I could care less about at the time, and now I'm like, bro, wait till you see my collection.
Like I could tell you what each one of them is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, they had some authority cards. I'm pretty sure they were of like Megan O'Leary, Laura Sanko, so a lot of the announcers, and every one of O'Leary's cards, it was the claw.
Yeah.
And we miss it. Something happened at not this Miami card, but the previous Miami card. The cocaine was too strong in the air, and she had to.
Yeah, she had to get her grip back, and ever since then,
the claw's been gone.
Cocaine or something? I hope not, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you get a contact high in Miami. There's just it's in the atmosphere.
That's
can't help it.
That's
it's humid with cocaine.
Hey, that's why Florida crazy, fam.
Bro, no, that's why it's always Florida, man. For real. That makes sense.
Everybody's Florida, man.
But no, so back to this fight though, the O'Malley and Vera fight. It was 3.5 years since they had fought the first time. I feel like O'Malley had progressed better just with his stand-up and some of his level of competition. I felt like he'd been fighting the tougher fighters, at least in the last few goes at it. He had to get through Jan, and some people think he didn't win that. But then there's no doubt that he did beat Aljo. He TKO'd Aljo.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers want to downplay that, or they just don't want to. I don't know what the logic is. But then
they just can't believe it.
No, they don't want to accept it. They're like, oh man, this fucking goofy haired fuck is our champion. Like, and I get some people don't like that gimmick or the cringe or just that. And I think to an extent, O'Malley does try a little too hard. He's trying to play into that character that kind of caught him some pop when he first hit. I just feel like he leans too much into it sometimes because he's a very articulate individual. I guarantee you probably kick it with him. He probably halfway humble, but he knows that this is the brand, and he's smart about that. But not only with the brand and with the flashiness and like all of that, the stuff that's cringe, the motherfucker can deliver.
Yeah.
And that's what last night was a delivery of a fucking master class against Vera. Piecing this dude up from the start of the first round, went instantly to the low kicks and invested in the body from the start. Like I think after the first round, his first round accuracy was 61% with significant strikes thrown that landed. That is insane. Like that's
over every other, like you hit one, miss one, hit one, like that's over that.
Yep.
You hit two, like you hit like 1.5 and miss one.
Yep. Well, and even in the 4.5, 5 years that O'Malley's been in the UFC, he's already established the highest striking percentage accuracy in the bantamweight division. And I guarantee you put him against any other division numbers, he's going to be top 5, if not top 3, if not number fucking 1 as far as accuracy goes. Dude is good when it comes to stand up, and he had the perfect game plan for Cheeto. Cheeto is a notoriously slow starter, and and let's face it, going into championship fights, 5-round fights like this, where every round is gonna fucking matter. You cannot start slow. You can't bank on that. That like somebody made the analogy that like, oh, but pro boxers do this. Yeah, pro boxers have 10 to 12 rounds to do this too.
Right.
There's a difference between dropping 3 minutes of 36 out of 5 of 25. That just do the fucking math, man. It's not smart to drop any round in an MMA fight, yet alone a title fight when, let's face it, too, you don't know sometimes what the judges are going to be looking at or what fight they're watching.
Right.
But yeah, first round was clearly the champ. Second round was a dominant round. Had him with the couple knees. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna hear that motherfucker's orbital is broken.
Yeah,
because that it was brutal.
It was horrible.
Third round came out, and again, more of the same, just piecing him up, picking his shots, going to the body, going to the legs, going to the head. Just I don't think there was a moment until the fourth round that Sean had any concerns, just because of how easy he was making it look and doing this. And again, give Cheeto credit, he can take a fucking hit, but you got to do more than be a punching bag if you're trying to be the champ.
Right.
Fourth round, even that, which was Cheeto's best round, actually gave some effort to push the pace and try some shots and kind of make it a little gritty and dirty, and he still lost the round.
Right.
The best fight, or the best punch of the fight for Cheeto, was a body shot with 3 seconds left in the entire thing. And I'm not even joking. I was on reading some comments of a post after this. Somebody had the balls to say, oh, if this would have been another round, O'Malley would have been in trouble. Bitch!
Awful. Not off one shot.
Oh, if this would have been another 15 rounds, Cheeto would get out of here with that logic. He knew he had 5 rounds. He knew he had 25 minutes. And you got to wait until 29 minutes and 57 seconds to throw anything with malice. I like Cheeto, but he was outclassed last night, and there's no doubt if he wants to be in that talk or that contention again, he gonna need to win another couple, because that wasn't even close. Yeah, I guess I can stop dick riding O'Malley now that we got it out the window. Let's see here. So yeah, we covered the co-main with Poirier and Saint Denis. Again, performance of the night, fight of the night. Poirier's making that money. MVP versus Kevin Holland, and I guess MVP stands for most vaginal pussy, because it was a bunch of just point fighting and then running. I don't like. I respect that this is what this dude's made his career
So
off.
we call that turtling.
Turtling.
Right. So because what you do is you come in and you throw one thing or maybe a couple things, and then you get back into defense. You know what it's like. So essentially you're trading blows, or you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that kind of looks good if you are doing it correctly. But it shouldn't be give you points for aggression, because you're not being aggressive.
No, you're being the opposite of aggressive.
You know what I'm saying? And then especially you do it and then they come at you and keep coming at you and you're just running away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're poking the bear type shit. It's like you know, and Cyril Gahn does it too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
At least the difference with him is he'll do it with combinations and at least try to open something up, because when he gets you, then he'll flood you. I get it. But yeah, that last night was kind of lackluster. And
good, perfect word for it. That's what I was gonna say. Was lackluster. That's the perfect way to describe it. And Holland was annoyed by it.
Yeah. I get dude is a human highlight reel, and that's fine. At the same time, this wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? You had a real fight in Kevin Holland who will fight anybody.
Yeah,
fought
no,
Hamzat on a day's notice.
24 hours, man.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, so you're supposed to go in there and like I don't even care if you're implementing your shit, but quit fucking running away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stand up to this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because
And
if you're not is because you don't want to fucking go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do all that goofy shit to them other motherfuckers because they weren't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were the cream of the crop.
Yep.
So what's gonna happen now is he's gonna get a motherfucker who, like, cause Holland got a couple, grapples and clinches and shit, but he didn't keep him down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then when he tried to get a hold of him again to clinch, it was like, well, no, you're not catching me.
Well, and they made a good point too. The commentators did last night with the Holland wrestling. Like, he's only good at wrestling defensively.
Right.
He's not good at initiating wrestling. All his game comes off of reverses and defense when he's being taken down.
Right.
And so he was kind of in a weird spot where like he couldn't initiate the takedown. He couldn't get him down because that wasn't his style of wrestling. He uses your wrestling aggression against
you, right?
So yeah, and this was kind of
but even in the stand-up though, it's like you're coming in hitting a straight punch and dipping back out. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, but like that counts as a strike, but that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're kind of, because you just end back neutral.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't use that to get ahead or like move position to get something else off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we're going to be mad at people being on the ground wrestling and doing jujitsu and they're not progressing, then why are you not mad that a motherfucker's just standing there bouncing and then jab and then backing up and bouncing again? It's the same fucking thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I said motherfucking majority draw.
Oh yeah, no, that's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't do shit.
Yeah, no, and he had him hurt. He hit him with some shots, but again, that like if you got him hurt, you seen him wobble. Like, going for that kill shot,
You're
for that
UFC,
stop
bro.
dancing. Yeah, at one point he was like doing like some weird twerk or some shit. And don't get me wrong, I like the intro he came in with, like the little Undertaker theme, second fighter now to use the Undertaker's theme music coming in. I kind of like the theatrics of that a bit, but then to go in there and just kind of showboat and start out the third round, man, threw a dirty ass shit. Holland went in for the glove touch and fucking Page threw a punch and then tripped him.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland, stop touching hands. This is the second time.
Touching hands.
What is it? Fool me can't get fooled again. Come on, listen to George W.
You fool me once, shame on you, and fool me twice. Fool me, you can't get fooled again.
Fool me can't get fooled again.
Hey, that was bars, low key.
That's why J. Cole used the shit, man. But yeah, no, so Page with the dub on that. Now, what they need to do, and this it's a good lead into the next fight, the fight right before that, Gilbert Torino Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. And I'll tell you what, for a good 2.5 rounds of this, man, I thought Burns was exposing a hype train.
Yeah.
Because Della Maddalena had a really good first round, kind of good opening. But as that fight progressed, towards the end of the first, Gilbert started to take over so much so that I actually gave Gilbert the first round because it was competitive. Second round, though, was all Burns. All Burns. Like, just takedowns, good control, good ground and pound. Just was really put an exclamation point on it for me.
And then did you hear after the win who he called out?
Nuh-uh.
Radmanovich.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Rakhmonov. That's right. I was trying to think of who called him out, but that's right. But yeah, no, third round, it was actually more of the same. Burns was winning that third round, but went in for a takedown, and JDM made him fucking pay.
Yeah.
TKO knock. Actually, they called it a knockout, which I'll give it to him. But nah, he welcome to the top 5.
Yeah.
Like, and then yeah, no, he did call out Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting fight, but I don't think he wants that smoke. I think he thinks he wants that smoke, but he don't want that smoke.
So what I said, because there was a couple fights last night where there was like somebody in the top 5 against maybe another number, like a low number, or a number versus a nobody type shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was like, so probably 15 through 6, it fluctuates, right? I don't know if you can still hear me. My internet's crazy. Okay. So it fluctuates, right? But then once you get into the top 5, you can tell why it's the top 5.
Yeah.
And definitely. Really what it boils down to is everyone in the top 5, even if it's not their go-to, they're very well versed in
everything.
Everything. Like, so meaning that, say they're primarily a striker, and you have good strike defense, they'll switch it up and change levels on you. And even if they don't commit to it, it's just to get you to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of the game now.
Well, even look at and this is a case in point, light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
He's Brazilian, but not a black belt. Jiu-jitsu is foreign to him. He's still learning it. But that they've kind of back engineered it a little bit to where like he's learning just the defense and the to be able to survive, to get back, like the basics, just to get back up.
Right.
And actually, what was it? The first Izzy fight took Izzy down.
Yeah.
So like it's there, and again, that he's kind of a rare breed. Like, this motherfucker learns quick. You don't become double champion in 2 different sports by a fluke. Like, this dude is just built that way.
But it's in the toolbox as like, because somebody who's a striker, that's what they're going to use predominantly, and maybe can handle some adversity, right? But if you're in the top 5 and like we know you're a striker, so Chuck Liddell, right? Excellent striker, and you couldn't fucking take him down.
Yep. That's like the one thing he tooled was his takedown defense, his sprawl, and his ability to keep you from even getting him down.
Getting to right, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you use that against him, he was like, no. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm gonna pop you with an uppercut. You come in like that.
Right, you know what I mean? Yep. Like, I'm gonna dip under this looping ass fucking punch and dip.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody. So this was the only fight, because I'm like, okay, here we go again. Somebody in the top 5. I said, I know what Gilbert Burns does. He's got a nice toolbox, and he's smart with his shit. He graduated with high honors from HVAC school, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it surprised me when he got caught like he did, because there was like no takedowns by JDM.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in this next fight, I think will prove if this is where he needs.
And Burns had him sweating a couple times there with the takedowns, and just kind of looking like, wait, what do I do now? But like JDM, again, he's kind of a rarity, because this dude's been boxing and learning hands since he was like 5 or 6 years old. Like, this is what this kid's done his whole life. Same with MVP. This is what they've done their entire life. They grew up in gyms and around killers. Like, that's just the type of breed. Now, like I said, I know we covered Yan and Sonya Don. Yan with the win. That was to start out the pay-per-view. The main prelim though, Jalton Almeida versus Curtis Blades.
Yep.
First round kind of had me thinking it was going to be just a replay of the Derek Lewis fight.
Yeah.
Just laying on him. And I mean, he was being, I feel like, a little bit more active, was actually trying to hurt Blades more so than he was hurting Lewis. I don't think he was worried about Like Blades wasn't showing the shit that Lewis was doing with the ground and like kind of playing possum or just waiting for him to make a mistake to capitalize. Went into the second round thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna
Do it
shoot.
again.
I'm just gonna shoot," and pop. Got caught with an uppercut coming in. Basically, Blades caught Almeida with the same
shot. Like, because you say that like it was like, oh, I'm going in and he popped him. No, he had him and they were going backwards, and he went under his armpit and hit him in the chin, fam. And his knees said, "What?
What? Yeah, no, just gave out."
But still had a hold of him, and he said, "You know what?
No, hey, why are you like? Are you serious?" No, and it wasn't elbows; it was hammer fists. Just.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he
like 12 times.
Like he hit him like 8 times, and he was still like, "All right, I'm taking him."
And then he went, "Oh!"
And then he just said, after the
and then rolled over, but he was out. Got popped a couple more, and it was stopped.
Man,
yep. Curtis Blades stopping the hype train that is Almeida. Learn something else.
Hey, and that's the Illinois boy too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shouts to Curtis Blades.
A quick touch on Caitlin. Cinnamon
marinara. And Macy the future.
Motherfucker, you said it last night. She went from one crazy C name to another crazy C name.
Hell yeah. Google ain't even update that monkey shit.
But Macy Barber with a decision win over Caitlin. They got the right fighter, but it was kind of a lackluster fight. There was a lot of stalemates, a lot of hugging on the cage.
Right.
Just really hard for either fighter to advance or to, really do anything with it. Mateusz Gamrot though, and Rafael Dos Anjos, motherfucking 39-year-old old Grandpa Dos Anjos, almost sleeping Gamrot in the first round, like came out with a point to prove, said, "Nah, hey, age is a number, man. I'm here to
this
bang."
was another one where it was like a top 5 versus, and you know what I'm saying?
A former champion.
Yeah, a former
lightweight champion, and he was
the nigga that won, it was because he had a versatile toolbox versus just 1 or 2 things coming from Dos Anjos.
But at the same time, even with the loss, I got more stock invested in Dos Anjos than Gamrot at this point. Gamrot does a lot of takedowns, but then not a lot like I don't feel like Dos Anjos was in any threat of being finished at any point in that fight. Was just being held down, was being controlled and outpointed.
Right.
And again, you start getting into
that shit 5. We don't like.
Yep. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have a nice tool belt. It's nice to have them tools for that trade to where if you get in that situation, you can better your position or you can get to a better one. But there was, and I think what happened was I don't think he thought Dos Anjos was like that.
Right.
So, and when he got touched, he didn't like it. He instantly went into what works for him, and that's takedowns and control.
That's it.
But that's also why he didn't get a bonus either for that performance.
Yeah.
Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. Phillips looked
versus the Matrix.
But bro, they both look decent. They both look decent. Pedro, even for as old as he getting,
but
had some. I feel like he kind of had some speed on it, and then anytime Kyler Phillips was throwing that spinning kick, was just ducking it. He said, "Oh, you Neo? Call me Agent Smith."
Like, okay, and even outside of that, though, like I felt like in Kyler's mind, like so he threw the first spinning kick right and was like, "Oh, you on my shit." And then he just started throwing crazy ass combinations. Like the one I remember was he did double jab to body blow, which he connected with, and off of that, right spinning fucking roundhouse.
You reminded me. You said double shot. Let's give credit to Pieter for that double uppercut. Bro, fast.
Yeah. Real quick, fam. But no, like Kyler has some. He's unorthodox with it. Like,
definitely.
Like his 2s and 3s are different 2s and 3s. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, because you might get a jab body kick or like a elbow low kick real quick to a you know. I said because what it did, it was the stomach straight, right? Fucking crouching to that spinning kick, which is the same fucking side, opposite spin, bro. Like even the footwork to put that shit in was crazy. You got to understand. You're throwing a right punch and then spinning to your back with a right kick. Like, so naturally, if you throw a right punch and you want to spin the same way and throw the left, right? No, he said, nope, I'm going to do this shit. And Pedro was on it, though. He said, and ducked that bitch. I was like, yo.
His reaction timing on that fight last night, incredible. Like Pedro still got that dog in him.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, no, very, very entertaining fight. I could not, like, even though there wasn't a finish, it was a decent fight.
Yeah. Like you said, it was like, oh, if you the Matrix, I'm Agent Smith out here.
That's great. That is great. Now, I'm just taking a peek at next week's card here right quick.
Hold on, because you're not finna leave out Michelle Pereira.
Oh no, we still got a couple. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Don't be looking at the top 8 of the body, Nick.
Michelle Pereira, or no, first we'll cover Iwan Kudaloba, Felipe Lenz. This was kind of back and forth. They actually both hurt each other. I thought Kudaloba was going to have it there at, like, that first part of the fight, but Felipe fought through some adversity, kind of stagnated there at the end, or was just, again, I feel like something changes in you when you feel somebody and they hurt you. Oh, let me hug you. Let me stop this real quick. And so it was like the last half or the last round anyways was kind of like, just, I got to get out of this with a dub. And Lynn said unanimous decision against Iwan. Michelle Pereira, though, kept coming out with a little bit of a dance routine to start it out. And if I'm speaking honest, they kind of killed it.
Yeah.
They killed it. And not only that, but I was like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, now you got to go deliver. And he did. First round submission. Coming off his strikes, got him hurt, and then subbed him.
Yeah.
Say, hey, no. Give me that bonus. And Michael Oleshushek. I always have trouble with that name. But
this was probably knockout of the night, Nick. I know they don't have that no more.
Oh, but I mean, it was. And it was funny because Saturday morning I sent in group chat, I sent a clip from TikTok of this dude. I didn't even know he was on the card. I just seen this. They're like, oh, prospect you need to be looking out for. And it was 2 clips of him sleeping one dude in about 5 or 6 seconds and the other dude in 10. And I was like, oh, this is legit. And he's from Cuba. This is kind of like the looks like the heavyweight revamp of like a Yoel Romero. This is just solid.
6'5", like
6'5", 6'7", 7 foot, something like this dude's
a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yep.
Cheating.
But yeah, he made his debut last night. His name is Robelis de Spain. And he
Olympic gold Taekwondoer.
Yep, and he fought Josh Parisian, and I don't know if we can call it much of a fight because it lasted 18 seconds.
You want me to run it back for you?
I mean, let's hear it.
So they came out, regular shit, I'm going to fill you out, you know what I'm saying? He went and threw like 2 of them, got blocked, right? And then Despain went and threw a high kick, but ended up slipping. And so he caught the high kick, he blocked it, no, you know what I'm saying?
And then he slipped because, you lost your balance.
You lost your balance, so some of the power gone. But he slipped off the slip, caught himself, and as he's getting up, he pops up, right?
Well, Parisian goes to bum rush him.
Yeah, so as he slips, Parisian goes to bum rush. Look, pops up, boom, throws a left, and it's still going backwards. catches him with the right,
Gets
basically
popped with one.
gets his footing for like an eighth of a second.
Gets popped by one by Parisian.
It pops by Parisian and then comes with the left again, and it was nighty-night.
Yep.
All while going backwards.
Very.
So he threw that shit and stopped.
It reminded me of Stipe Miocic and Fabricio Verdum about how people were shocked when Stipe slapped Verdum and going backwards, like to be able to generate that kind of power, not having the proper footing. And they showed the replay. This dude was not in a fight stance, but still was able to just. You could see it in his arm, like you could see the energy traveling through it. He said, ugh, and it said, boom, and it was over.
Because when the first one hit and he was going backwards, it had some power to it. And then the second one was like, oh, I'm trying to like get you off me. And he still was coming. He said, okay, well, let me stop and give you that one again. And he said, okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah, and then he popped him with 2 on the ground for good measure.
Yeah.
Made a quick nice debut. It's nice little
18 seconds.
Yep. Nice little injection of some firepower into the heavyweight division. They kind of need it right now.
It took me longer to talk about it than what actually happened.
No, I was gonna say that too. No, the breakdown was about 5 times longer than the actual fight.
Look.
Then the only fight we haven't really covered yet was CJ Vergara versus Asu Almabayev.
Yeah.
Vergara missed weight for the 3rd time now in his UFC career. Was 2 pounds heavy. Well, technically, I guess 1 pound heavy because they said he weighed at 127. And from my understanding, because I was watching the weigh-ins when they were doing it, he had an extra hour to try to cut that pound. He didn't. He had reserved himself to cutting 30% of his purse, and again, it didn't help him either. He looked gassed. He looked out, and I even said before the fight started, so keep an ear out for it. But breaking news coming soon: fighter released. CJ Vergara. I'll give him credit. He did make it an entertaining fight, but Almabayev got the dub, outpointed him, and it is what it is. It just, really quick though, before we get to talking or looking at parlay picks, I just want to throw this out for anybody in the area. It was officially announced last night, May 11th, the UFC is going to return to St. Louis, the Enterprise Center, for the first time since 2018. We're going to have a fight night live in St. Louis, Missouri. So you already know that us here at It's Almost Time, we going to be there. It's going to be fantastic. We going to get some footage. I don't know who I got to reach out to. I'm going to, again, try for some press passes to where we can actually get a little bit of some footage, some extra stuff, maybe even some fighter interviews or just a little quick shout out from some fighters. We'll see what we can do, but we're going to keep y'all posted, and it should be fun. Tickets go on sale March 22nd, so mark your calendar, set an alarm. If you are trying to go check this out, get on it quick because I guarantee you they're probably not going to last very long. This is, the first time that they've been back since the pandemic broke out. You don't want to miss it. They haven't even announced the card yet, and I'm there.
Look, I'm trying to go big for this one because I was at the one in 2018. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That was the night you kicked it with Tyron, right?
A little bit, yeah. Shouts to Tyron. I don't know if he remembers me. You know what I'm saying? But I was the other Negro. But no, it was dope. I want to say they inducted Matt Hughes that year from there into the Hall of Fame and stuff. That was cool. But so this time,
honorable mention real quick. They did induct Joanna Jędrzejczyk into the UFC Hall of Fame last night, and well deserved. She put on some firefights, and that Zong fight
had her looking like Frankenstein, fam.
Bro. I'm surprised that she's still as pretty as she is. Man, that
But no, I'm gonna see about like what it costs to possibly get a box or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Already planted the seed with my pops too. I just said, hey, May 11th, just don't make any plans. He's like, well, I don't. We'll see. I was like, no, we ain't gonna see you.
No,
Like,
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, that's
Right
exactly.
now. Ain't nothing to see about.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to see about. You ain't got to do nothing. Well, if it's in St. Louis, I don't want to drive back. Well, Dad, if we go into St. Louis, like, we ain't leaving that night.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think you understand what's about to happen.
Yeah, no, and I told him, I was like, I don't think you understand how Dre and Tam do it. Like when it's come time.
She fucking bugged. She heard that shit. She said we could get a big Airbnb.
See, there you go.
You know
And my
what I'm
dad's like, he's like, well, I don't got nothing planned. I don't drink. And I mean, as long as I'm alive, I don't think I got any plans. So I was like, so try extra hard to make sure that neither one of those things happen. Just stay sober and stay alive.
Yeah.
Say you've been doing that for 20-something years
nigga,
now.
what does he do? Eat sandwiches or something?
Eat sandwiches and bitch about wanting to go home.
All right. So just stand over there and do that. But watch the fight too.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, and I know when it comes time to, he's gonna be about it. It's there's not a question in my mind.
Tell him I'm only trying to get him drunk on life.
On life. There you go. Maybe a little bit of Molly.
Tell him bring your stepmom too.
So what's coming up though? Next week is Fight Night Live. Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura.
Word
a
up.
Decent looking card actually ahead, and I've kind of sat back and let everybody kind of take their picks. I'm locking mine in first.
Okay.
Give me Kennedy.
Kennedy's
Njokuanu.
Zachuku.
Njokuanu.
Njokuanu.
Njokuanu. Yeah, he's
OSP.
He's taking on OSP, and I just believe in Kennedy. I think this is gonna be his taking it to that next level.
Okay.
So that is officially my pick.
Parlay boys.
I'm looking.
Nah, do your thing. Do your thing.
Ain't nothing standing out to me. I'm going to go with Christian Rodriguez, man.
Mr. I Can't Make Weight.
Yeah. Because that's really the... I mean, I know some other ones, but ain't nobody like...
really jumping off at you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I wanted Kennedy so bad. But yeah, no, so that's two of them.
Parlay boys.
And we don't got the third. I tried to ask the hater, but he busy hating somewhere in a galaxy far, far away. Or maybe even this galaxy right now. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, we'll try to keep y'all posted. We'll let you know. We'll make sure he gets it locked in prior. But yeah, man, this next fight night is kind of a little not as stacked, but it's almost impossible to go from a card like $299 and then have a Fight Night Live be like, oh my god, look at this Fight Night Live. You know?
No, I'm bugging because like I don't. This is some really rich spam if this is true. I don't know whose number this is. I don't know what 815 is from. You know that area code?
I can tell you right quick. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Chicago, Quad Cities.
Okay. It said, hey, this is messages for, and then my real name. This is Adam with just giant dildos for your ass in Chatham. Just wanted to let you know your order is ready for pickup. Like, nigga, what? Hold the fuck up.
No.
I said, no, because me and my dad have the same name, and sometimes like motherfuckers will be like, who know me, will be like, yeah, I saw an order for this person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, that wasn't me. Probably my dad getting a sleep number bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So no, so like I said, or we said in the opening last night, we did a watch party. Give us some feedback if you like what we're doing here with the channel or with the content we're providing you. If we're not doing something with the channel or with the content that we're providing you, let a motherfucker know. Like, we want to know what y'all want to see. We want to cover this sport in a way that's fun, entertaining, and informative. Like, this has been my go-to sport besides football for basically since this shit has been around. I've had some spots in between, you know, a couple years here and there where I've kind of fell out or hadn't followed it as much, but still would catch them must-see pay-per-views. But yeah, no, for the like, we're just shy. I think I'm not gonna say now, but I think it was around like the mid-month or like the 22nd of March of last year that we did our first episode of It's Almost Time. So we're about a year into it. We still need to step up some of the production. It's not where I want it to be. I don't think it will ever officially be where I want it to be because I want this to be fucking amazing. I want this to be just the best of the best. Like when you talking about Ariel Hawani, you can be like, and the It's Almost Time crew, you know, like that.
word up.
I want like, why not, man? This is something I could talk about all day, and I'm again, we 6 minutes over like our normal hour slot, anyways. So this is something I could do all the time. I would love to travel, cover the shit. We'll figure it out. But watch, just wait and watch. Or
Well,
watch.
we'll start with May 11th, Nick.
We'll start with May 11th. We're gonna also, it sounds like this year, Andre gonna give us the Contender Series revamp, and he gonna see it through this time. Gonna be some production in it. There's also another segment. Can I tell him about the segment you want to start, or should we hit him?
Yeah, I mean, well, whenever I get close to it being done, we'll
Gotcha. All right, yeah, we'll leave them in suspense.
Yeah, you know, just if you ever seen me on the other shows, you know how I get down with the commercials and the skits, and you know, just trying to bring the same type of flavor over here. You feel me? So
yeah. So no, like I said, this upcoming weekend is the Tuivasa Tybura fight night. Weekend after that, or I believe so, March 23rd is Amanda Hebos versus Rose Namajunas fight night live though. Yeah, that should be a decent fight. Just kind of peeking down. You got Junior Taffa fighting. It might be Justin this time because Junior just fought and got slapped.
Right.
Shabazian's on the card. You got Talbot, Cameron Simon.
Yeah.
Billy Q.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so this actually looking like it should be a decent fight card. There's another fight after that. Is Blackfield versus Fierro. Woo.
Yeah.
That's some fire. Vicente Luque and Joaquin Buckley co-main. Chris Weidman and Bruno Silva. Again, decent card looking there. Card after that, and I know where I'm really jumping ahead. I just really want to get to where we're trying to get to. But yeah, there's a fight night live April 6th.
There's a fight night in my backyard. I don't know if you
I like it. Now they getting it. But yeah, Vittori versus Allen is April 6th at the Apex. And then the fight card we've all been waiting for, the one that is going to be talked about another 100 fight from now, and that's UFC 300. Pereira versus Jamal Hill. Again, stacked top to bottom. There, I see a lot of people,
and yeah, just stupidness on this card.
Yep, a lot of people are pissed because they got Bo on the pay-per-view and they got Davison Figueroa kicking off the prelim.
Yeah.
Like, so it's weird, but Bo's been on record saying he's not fighting on prelims anymore. He's main card. And hey, if that's how he wants it, he, you know, if that's the deal they're working out, they're gonna build these up and comers. They're gonna build these hype trains. This is smart for their brand. It's smart for business. Yeah. So I don't understand why people hate. And I think people are hating just because people like to hate.
I feel like I know what's gonna happen in the Pejetas, so I'm looking most forward to the first Chinese strawweight, all Chinese co-main event.
Yeah, no, that looks
Weili
decent. So, well,
Zhang.
if you know what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen?
And still, motherfucker, like the fuck do you mean?
Not especially too if Jamal's plan is to literally stand and do what Pajeda does best. I don't think he understands about the levels to it. And I'm not taking anything away from Jamal Hill. Dude has proven himself. But
You got to go against Ogre, fam.
not and again, I'm not even gonna I just won't talk about it because if you talk about it, Jamal seems to get mad that you're doubting him.
And even the Justin Gaethje Max Holloway is interesting because I want to see how many times Max can really hit this thing.
Yep. Well, and Max is looking swole as a bitch right now.
Man.
Like I was mad when they announced that fight, but the closer we're getting to it, and especially some of the last pictures I've seen of Max in training and just how he looks physically right now, this motherfucker's back to lightweight.
Yeah, this motherfucker
like a true
went to
lightweight.
jail and worked out for 2 months.
Also, it would be good to mention that no, it won't be good to mention because it's gonna be gone up my fucking head before I can even mention it. Oh yeah, no, they are speculating that Poirier deserves a title shot now after that performance. He's in title contention still, but I want to see Poirier get it, or not Poirier. I want to see Gaethje get that shot, but again, he's booked. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I would like to see Islam fight an actual lightweight though to defend his title because he only fought Charlie. He fought Charles to win, and he has yet to fight somebody in his weight class to defend his title.
Right.
And he's talking about wanting to fight Leon. He's talking about wanting to go down to 45 and fight Ilya now. And I'm like, bro, you just want to weight bully people.
Right.
Like, fight somebody your own size.
Your own size. He said, I'll starve.
But maybe I'm just being Islamophobic. I don't know.
No. No, you being Dagestanophobic, man.
Dagophobic?
Yeah.
That almost sounds like, no, I can't even say it because I'll get canceled.
Well, you know what I always say. You can't cancel black people.
Yeah, hey.
Because then your system won't work.
I think on that note, then we gotta call it a night. Right. But no, I appreciate anybody who tuned in. If you ain't here when we ran it live, leave a comment. We'll get back to you. I promise. Like, just talk to us. We're here. We care. No. I'm A1 though. This is the referee in charge without the hater. Oh, I gotta go this way. I won by default tonight because the red corner is the best and fuck the haters. Hate. Hey. But we'll be back next Sunday with a recap of the Fight Night Live, 6 p.m. Sunday. I don't know if you're gonna be available. Hopefully Paul's available. If not, I'm gonna just be sitting here talking to myself.
Hey.
I'm okay with it because I'll be doing that anyways.
They said I'll be doing that anyway.
But no, I hope everybody out there has a good night. Hope y'all enjoyed the fights, and we'll see you here next Sunday at It's Almost Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.